what's going on YouTube? I'm Hokage's Counsel, your source for new Naruto/Boruto content, and today we're going to be talking about episode 175 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. So, it has been quite a week for the Boruto community. First, we received news that the original Naruto series creator, Masashi Kishimoto, would be returning to pen the manga from here on out. Then, we received official confirmation that the anime is going to start covering the highly anticipated Ao arc, or as the anime will be calling it, the Vessel arc, starting on episode 178 next month. Then, chapter 52 dropped, and now, finally, we've reached the grand finale of the Kara Actuation arc in the anime with episode 175. The Kara Actuation arc has been a really interesting arc for the anime because it's given fans a lot of what we've been wanting to see from the anime, but without actually covering any of the manga's content. The arc has had serious fights, higher stakes, a darker tone, teases of the Kara organization, significant character development, actual training, and of course, everyone's favorite foodie, Deepa. Overall, there were only a few episodes that felt too fillery for me, such as the episode about Orochimaru's autograph, or the one where the gang gets trapped in quicksand. But looking past that and a few minor gripes, it's been some of the most consistently high quality content that the Boruto anime at least has produced. Getting into the actual episode, it has to be stated up front that the animation and fight choreography were fantastic right from the very beginning. You always know it's going to be a good episode when the animation looks really clean in the little preview scene that plays before the opening credits even start. In the opening scene alone, we got to see some great fighting between Boruto, Sarada, and Deepa, and I particularly like the move that Deepa uses in this episode where he spins his cubes rapidly to create a disc around his body, and at one point even throwing them as if it was a Rasen shuriken. The animation team really came up with a lot of creative ways to showcase Deepa's carbon manipulation powers, and I was really happy to see that he's still being shown to be a major threat. Even after their training under Kakashi and Sasuke respectively, Boruto and Sarada are still struggling to make a single dent in Deepa's armor. This makes sense because Deepa is a member of the Kara organization, and even though you could argue that either he or Victor would be the weakest members of Kara, them being in Kara at all shows that they're no joke. Deepa has been a serious reality check for Team 7 and a major checkpoint for them to cross in order to grow stronger. So when the rest of Kara is introduced to the anime and the true level of power on display within their ranks is revealed, things are only going to get better. I thought that the exchange between Konohamaru and Victor at the beginning of the episode was cool and well animated, but the action really takes off once Orochimaru arrives. I didn't really expect too much from Konohamaru, so I thought it was funny when Orochimaru flat out told him to just stay out of his way. Naruto and Sasuke, for example, first received acknowledgement from the legendary Sannin when they were only genin. So the fact that Konohamaru can't really help out at all as a jonin says a lot about why he has the reputation that he does right now. Orochimaru really pulled up though, and it was really cool to see a legacy character like him back in action. The fight between him and Victor was really entertaining. Victor turned out to be a monster as he kept on regenerating after getting slashed and slashed to bits. I thought that it was a nice touch to show that Orochimaru was capable of the regeneration jutsu as well, as it really felt like Orochimaru was not only outdoing Victor as a shinobi, but also as a scientist. As far as how the fight with Victor wraps up, I was surprised to see him getting swallowed into the Divine Tree. I don't want to focus too much on manga spoilers in an anime review, but if you've read the manga, you'll know that Victor will appear again, so the fact that they implied his death here was an interesting choice. I'm looking forward to seeing if he'll survive this due solely to his regeneration abilities, or if another Kara member will come and pull him out of the rubble while surveying the damage. Let me know how you think Victor gets out of this situation down in the comments below. I'm curious to see what you guys think. As Boruto and Sarada continue to struggle against Deepa, it becomes clear that the power-ups that they achieve through their training alone is not going to cut it. There are a few all-is-lost moments where it appears that the fight is over, but these moments are interrupted by Mitsuki's return to the battlefield and Sarada's development in her Sharingan. Mitsuki's return was great, and I'm happy to see that Team 7 is reunited again. It was stated earlier in this arc that Mitsuki wouldn't be able to return to battle anytime soon, but they explained this by showing that Log, his older brother, donated organs to him. Even with Mitsuki's return, Deepa still maintains his upper hand, and when it looks like he's about to land a killing blow on Boruto, Sarada steps in and unlocks her second Tomoe in her Sharingan to save him. I'm a big fan of Sarada's character, so I loved seeing her get the boost in power, and her speech about becoming the Hokage and not losing to Deepa was great. Sarada's evolved Sharingan gives Team 7 the boost they need in order to create an opening for Boruto's high compression RASENGAN, which finally cracks Deepa's arm, but it still isn't enough to finish the fight. At this point, Deepa reveals his all-carbon form, which looks like a suit of armor. I thought that the design of this form was pretty cool overall, and it reminded me a bit of how Polnareff's stand Silver Chariot looks from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The final blow of the fight, where Boruto, Sarada, and Sage Mode Mitsuki combine their chakra in order for Boruto to create the super high compression RASENGAN, was really cool and very nicely animated. I remember when I was watching Naruto Part 1 as a kid, that I wanted to see some moment like this where Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would combine their jutsu to create a combined power, so it was really cool to see a moment like that happen here. The super high compression RASENGAN is finally enough to shatter Deepa's defense, and Deepa is eventually crushed underneath the collapsing facility as the fake divine tree is destroyed by Orochimaru. Unlike Victor, I don't think that we're going to get to see Deepa return alive at any point from this, so I want to take the opportunity now to mention that I thought Deepa was a great anime original villain. When it was first announced that there would be an anime original member of Kara, my expectations were very low due to the handling of Urashiki and the time travel arc as a whole, but Deepa was a really fun villain who provided a reason for Team 7 to step up their game. His motivation to eat the divine fruit just to experience its taste alone was a little fishy, but looking back at the arc, they had been subtly setting it up. Looking back, I think it's funny now that they went out of their way to show Deepa killing everyone in a restaurant that he just finished eating at on 2 different occasions, as a way to show that he really just wants to eat good food, and it wasn't enough. So yeah, this was a 10 out of 10 episode for me, and honestly the arc as a whole was pretty solid too. Based on the preview for next week's episode, it looks like we're going to see Naruto react to the new intel about Kara that has been gained from this fight, and it seems like Kakashi and Tsunade are going to be there as well for the conversation, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, this has been my review for Boruto episode 175. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to drop a like on this video and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day.